Can you hear it or no?
No, not like last time where everything was in my ears. I could hear the laughter and the clapping.
Okay, so it's not working. Oh gosh, we're live.
Oh my gosh! Hey,
hey guys, welcome to the Moe and O photo show, which is a disaster.
You know what? That's what they expect. They come here for the live fires.
At least we're putting a show up. This is like in desperation, so the show doesn't die. Show. That's what it should be called.
Yes. This is the Final Fantasy.
Should we call this? Is this the end of the Moe and O photo show? Dun, dun, dun.
No, I think it's never going to be the end. I think we're just busy people.
It's not a busy thing. It becomes like the last time you and I hooked up, it was just a great lunch, enjoy life. Like, let's not record.
Yeah. Well,
and the last time, we went birding.
Right. That was so fun.
Right? Wasn't that more fun than recording?
That was so fun. Like, I put a video out because I wanted people to know I'm alive. Because I got a lot. See, that's the beautiful thing about having such a small channel. Everyone feels like they're my cousin or my nephew or something. So they all reach out. Mo, we haven't seen you. I get I get messages on old videos to make sure I'm okay.
Oh my gosh.
And I thought that was so sweet. And I said, you know what?
That is nice.
I said, this is why I like being a small channel. You know, I don't get paid $1 or a penny. But you know what? Just having people that really want to see you as opposed to people that are just ready to rip you apart. That's the beautiful thing about a small channel, you know?
Yeah, and also our channel here, the Moe and O Photo Show, is small too. And what's crazy is, like, on my channel, people put, hey, when are you going to come out with a Moe and O photo, you know? Mm-hmm. When are you going to come out with another episode?
I saw that. I was looking at your comments from your bird video.
Yeah, that's where it was.
I saw somebody posted something like, and then I also saw somebody say, tell Mo to fix his lens hood.
Yeah, bastards.
I'm like, do you think I was shooting all day with my lens hood that way?
Yeah,
I mean, we just got out of the car.
Yeah,
but thank you for helping me. I appreciate the suggestion.
My gosh, so many know-it-alls out there.
No, you know what? A lot of people don't understand that. You know, we thought of these things, but we can't put everything we thought about in a video or be 8 hours long.
Yeah, we're not perfect too. I mean, it definitely not perfect. Things happen, but it's funny. It's something you have to live with if you're on putting yourself out there. You have to be. There's all these experts that will tell you what's a better way to do it. That's why, you know, I've always been hesitant to do like retouching videos or like, you know, Photoshop especially, because in Photoshop you could do any task like 9 different ways.
Exactly. That's why what is his name? Gosh, dang it.
Pix Imperfect?
Yes, because he could make 18 shows on one subject and there'd all be different ways to get there.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know how many times I've seen him do frequency separations in different ways?
Oh, yeah, totally. And he goes deep. Like, the picture's black and white all of a sudden. You're like, what's going on?
It's like I love him, first of all.
For those of you that don't know, there's a channel called Pix Imperfect that does Photoshop tutorials.
And 9 out of 10 times, they're under 10 minutes. And they're geared for intermediate to expert, but you can still, you know, pause it and rewatch it if you're a new guy, like I did when I first started watching him.
Yeah,
I love him. And there's another guy, I forget his name too, but that's my go-to Photoshop guy. But see, that's the kind of person, I don't even know what I was talking about anymore. I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah, we were talking about how there's so many like comments
experts
that tell you how to do things,
right?
But it's okay. It's something you have to live with, but I've gotten used to it.
Yeah, you know, and I think as long as you treat it as people just want to tell you how much they know.
Yeah. And the other half wants to help. Like one half wants to actually help, and the other one wants to show off.
And there's like 2% that's malicious, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so you could deal with that. I haven't had many malicious on my channel, but again, different than your level. You know what I'm saying? So I've gone through your channel's comments sometimes. And I'm like, if I find you, I'm gonna finish you. You talk about my boy. What's that? Christopher Walken's like, no, hold on, you're talking to him all wrong. I love Christopher Walken's.
So we went birding, and
now I have the fever. I have the fever.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to get a lens for birding because while 70-200 is a very good lens for, you know, what I bought it for cityscapes and portrait work every once in a blue moon. It's not a birding lens at all. It is not a birding because it's on a full frame body. So if I crop, I lose so much quality.
But here's the thing. I think you should really just get into birding they're like two different worlds. Like the whole lifeless thing we talked about, the whole looking for birds, hearing their songs. I think if you bring photography into it, it's like sort of hurting the first hobby, which is the one that I think is very therapeutic, which is birding, going out, nature. We had cameras because we wanted to sort of document which birds are out there, but bird photography with a good lens is like really hard, really expensive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I thought, right? That's the first thing I thought is you can't do both well at all when you start.
Yeah, especially you're starting, you're already thinking about taking pictures. I want to bring it down a little bit. Let's go birding instead of bird photographing.
The hard part with that is I've always wanted to do both really badly, right? I've always wanted
That's
to...
a good aspiration.
You know what? Seriously, when I heard first time you told...
You don't mean poorly. You mean like you've wanted to do them badly.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I've always wanted to shoot...
I thought you wanted to do a terrible job.
No.
Okay.
So I've always wanted to shoot wildlife in general, right? And then years ago, you told me about one of the days we were just hanging out. This is even before the Moe and O photo show. You were telling me about one of your trips to Central Park, and you went birding that morning. And I was like, that is so much fun. That is so much relaxing going on. And the tension you have is like, oh, what kind of bird is it? That's a good tension.
Yeah.
That's a really good kind of tension to have in life. And I said, I want that. So ever since then, I've watched videos about birding, and 9 out of 10 times, because it's on YouTube, what are they doing? They're doing photography as well.
Photography, yeah. And so, man, it's so epic, too.
I can't lie to you and tell you that I haven't had a bug for 1,000 years, but I would not go birding on my own or photography for birds on my own because I don't know what I'm doing. I wouldn't know where to look. I would get a whole bunch of sparrows from Hoboken, and 2 pigeons named Billy.
I think they go hand in hand. Like if you are going to be a birding photographer or photograph nature, you have to know the behavior of the animals. You have to know their song. It's all encompassing, right? If you're going out there with the gear, you know where the animals are going to be. There's something cool about that. You know where the elk is in the morning, where they feed in the afternoon. So you kind of have to be a little bit of a naturalist I love what you said, which is like the relaxing part of it and the being out there. I want to do more video of the animals. Like right. I think photography, there's just so many good bird photographers. It's like, gosh, starting over as a rookie is like...
No, listen, I was watching this YouTube channel. Oh, gosh, it was something like Cornell Labs or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, Cornell Labs. Yeah,
did I get that right?
Yeah.
I was watching them, and I've wormholed myself with them, okay? So it wasn't YouTube finding them, because YouTube's like, are you sure you want to watch this boring stuff? And I'm like, listen, if you don't play that video...
Aren't you a phone guy? You're not a bird guy.
Like, hey, Mo, is this you? Can we authenticate this? So anyway, so I was
hacked.
Yeah, exactly.
By a nerd bird.
So I was watching some of the stuff, and they always say that what you just said in their way, where as you do more birding, you become used to the bird, what their patterns are, how they're going to fly, because as I've been watching, birds fly in so many different styles, like the quick, the low shutters, the ones that hang out in the ground, the ones that are in the trees, like stuff that I never thought about when it came to birding. Like, to me, birds are birds, right? No.
I know what there's 2 things I want to say real quick. One of them is what's cool about birding is you start to learn the birds like in a book before you ever see them. And what's cool is as you get out there more and more, when you finally see the real bird, you get this little like Taylor Swift thing, like it's someone famous. After seeing all these like these pictures of these different birds, like remember we saw the pileated woodpecker?
Right, we've all got excited.
I had seen pictures of that thing and I'm like, man, I want to see this thing. And when you finally see it, it's like, wow, in 3D. So that's another cool part of birding is it's almost like collecting cards. It's like a hobby where you're like, who can I find today? And they feel like little famous characters that you can check off. So there's that fun part.
Mm-hmm. Definitely felt like Pokemon. You had to catch them all as quick as you could.
Yeah, and we had a great day, and it wasn't even hopping. So, and then the other thing I was going to say about bird photography that I find super interesting is it's a whole different level of patience. There was some YouTube channels I see, they sit in like a hide. You know what a hide is?
Yes.
It's like, it's like a camouflaged house of some kind they make. And I mean, we're city people. To us, we're like, "What's a hide?" That's where the cops are after you.
Listen, speak to yourself, man. I was in the Marines and I went deer hunting, so I knew hides from the bad part of hunting.
Got it. So just the fact that they sit out and they just sometimes focus the camera on one branch for like hours to try to get a bird that they want to get. Like, I don't know if I have that kind of patience.
You know what? I think if that was something that we would do together, and we get to relax and talk, it would be like our fishing trip, right?
Yeah,
it
right.
would be like our hunting trip. It would be
two
dudes with the same idea chilling in the hide with a bunch
snacks.
of Budweisers.
It's funny.
We'd have to wear all camo too, and
wear camo,
eat
have
jerky.
the huge like 800 millimeter camo lens.
Yes, exactly.
Do birds really? I mean, does the lens need to be camouflaged?
I don't. I was watching Tony and Chelsea today recap the best lenses for Sony for birding and best lenses under 2000, and he was all camouflaged, and I'm thinking like, dude, you're in Connecticut. What the hell are you doing? But you know what? He gets great shots, so obviously he knows what he's doing, right? So
I mean, for sure, they're good bird photographers. I think the bird sees you, like no matter what you're.
Yeah. I've learned how intelligent birds are. So you think your little camouflage lens, with your smell of musk, is not going to be seen or stuff,
The thing also is the bird photography that the level that you and I are at is we're just kind of trying to grab the bird so that we can sort of get a good shot of it and say we saw it. But the real great bird photographers, they get them in like poses and looking a certain way and catching food. And like that's the highest level, and that's pretty awesome.
I already got on my Lightroom, I've already entered bird category. So when I tag them, I enter bird. Because to me, I got a lot of great shots that were crappy, if that makes sense. Like the shot was good enough that I recognized the bird, but I wouldn't post it.
There was
anywhere.
no art. Yeah.
I wouldn't share with anybody. That was what it is. Like the brown thrasher at the end of our day there. I got such a small shot of him, and I was so proud of that shot. Because I could see the bird enough to know what it was and remember.
Totally.
So to me, I'm in the exploratory photography phase. I'm not in the I'm going to make art photography wannabe phase,
Yeah, and by the way, with bird photography, it's the first photography, maybe cityscapes, but one of the first photographies where large megapixels, to me, makes complete sense. I shot some bird photography with the Z7, and the bird needs to just be in the sensor, like just a little piece, and you can make a whole photo of its whole body and see every little feather. So if I was a full-time bird photographer, it would be 45 megapixels.
I mean, like I went into the wormhole when it comes to lenses, Omar. I mean, I was looking at getting a Canon 150 to 600 that only costs like $700 and get the MC11.
Yeah.
And I thought that, and a lot of people run that way. They say it's a little slower than if it was obviously a native Sony lens, but it works. And I know, based on your experience with the MC11, you've had good success with it. I mean,
use it all the time. It's right next to me right now.
You use it with your Nifty 50, right?
Yeah, I got the Nifty 50 on it, on the A9.
It's not a Nifty, folks, by the way. It's the Sigma
art lens.
It's
so fat and heavy.
It's nothing nifty about that, but it makes beautiful pictures.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say calm down a little bit. It's only been week 1, and you're already like, I'm going to be a bird photographer.
I am. I'm going to get all the wildlife.
You also like buying stuff, so relax. Let's go out and bird. How about tomorrow morning?
Okay.
Overpeck Park. I'll go up to you.
What's in Overpeck Park? Are you sure? I mean,
there's the water there. We might be able to see some egrets, and
I'll bring nothing but my binoculars.
I mean, you want to come back to Garrett? That's the spot, but it's a little far for you to.
If I get up early enough, it doesn't matter as long as I'm at work by 8.
That's why I said go by you. We could bird more. All
right, so come by me.
Let's try it. Let's just see what we find. I don't think the birds are near us yet. It hasn't been great, but anyway, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, I think people had enough about birds for today.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you a question.
Ask me a question.
Because today you sent me a great screenshot of 19,000 videos that came out. And I wanted to ask you, it's because a new lens, by the way, was released today. Mm-hmm. What do you see as maybe
the new Sony? No, actually, I'm kidding.
Yeah, they sent it to you.
Yes.
I wanted to ask, what do you think? Do you think that the photography review sort of format like this, like a release of a lens, do you think what's the future of a photography review channel? How much more can we say that the lens is great? The lenses are just all kind of great now.
I think it's the same thing with phones, right? Today you can get a phone for $400. That's amazing,
Yeah.
The Pixel 6, besides the fingerprint sensor, is one of the better phones I played around with for a new phone and for its price range, $599. So the same thing with lenses. All these lenses, they're shrinking them. They're making them lighter.
The corners are sharp.
like I saw one person saying that some of the new lenses are even steriler than the ones before, which were already good. So I think people who are specifically in the lens review business are going to find that they're going to be in a cut and paste script.
Like Christopher Frost, who's great, but he's been doing it so long that's expected. Mm-hmm. But would you say you were excited with the announcement, 24-70 Mark II? So
I'm going to say this. You saw all the videos that my YouTube notifications came through,
Oh, yeah,
right?
Gerald Undone.
The only one I watch, and it's because it's a tradition, I always watch whatever DP Review puts out there because I love the camaraderie between Drake and Jordan, Chris and Jordan.
Yeah.
So that's the only video I watched, and to me, honestly, I just played it in the background and wasn't even listening. Because to me, one, it's an expensive lens, I'm not going to buy it, and two, the one before it was great. This one is just better now, right, and smaller, and still expensive.
Do you want to guess who I clicked on first to watch? I only watched one video about
Gerald Undone.
Nope.
Your boy's Kai.
I actually tried to watch that and couldn't. It was very, let's just say, phoned in.
Yeah, you know what? That's him, though. But that's him now.
Very, he didn't even know the specs on the lens. He didn't know if it had image stabilization. He's looking at the lens. I'm like, come on, man.
So who was the lucky YouTuber that got your watch?
Frono's Photo.
Really?
Yeah. Really? I think he does a great, first look. And it's thorough, it's well produced, and he actually goes out there and shoots the lens. So he went into the Philadelphia, if you check out his video, he went to a Phillies game. He has access now to all the Major League Baseball parks this year, he said.
Awesome.
So he's been testing out the R6, it's not the R6, the R3, Sony A1 with all these new lenses, and the Z9. And he took some awesome baseball shots. If you want to scrub through the video, check out his Bryce Harper, hitting a ball and using just a 24-70. It's very cool.
I'll have to revisit him in general. I went through a phase of, as I was a young photographer, I was an old man, but I was young in photography, and I fell in love with him. Oh, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Then I got to the point where I got sick of hearing him. You know, because he likes to be off-colored sometimes and other things. So I kind of gave up on him. And then I watched that whole him and the Northrops video. That was hilarious.
Oh, the shirt off thing? No, that was with Manny. He took his shirt off.
But anyway, so I'll give him another shot. I honestly gave up on him. I still have him as a subscriber, but I don't get his notifications.
He has different levels. There's levels of Jared, the real person, who's a good photographer and enjoys the craft. Mm-hmm. Then there's second level, which is the baseball video. You should watch him just being straight, shooting, telling you about the lens. telling you what he does with the camera. And then there's the third one that's like super produced and dramatic and sometimes angry, making fun of Nikon a lot.
I think that's what it is. I think his review videos I never had a problem with. It's when he's doing a filler video that
he does like the news kind of.
Right. Yeah. I think when he does the news, he's so angry. He's become like Casey from Conspiracy Theory. He's just too angry now.
Yeah, yeah.
I like him still. I still subscribe to him, so every once in a while I watch him, but he's become too angry.
Yeah.
like he's bashing people who are putting Amazon orders in. So I'm like, come on, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Still like him though. I don't know. No hate for Casey.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
I was just thinking.
Me too. So when you have to put a new lens to the test when you purchase it, do you have a script that you run it through, or do you just take it to work because because I know you, and the one thing I know about Omar Gonzalez is he hates the unexpected.
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
that's exactly what I was going to say is I always think about these lens reviews, and I really can't compete with the people that do it well. Mm-hmm. And they always say, just be you. Do you, and for me...
Let me take a step back. I don't mean when you review a lens. I mean when Omar buys a new lens, and he you may have watched some videos, but watching videos doesn't tell you anything. You're buying a new lens. You're going to now put it...
and not make a video about it?
Right. Well, eventually you will, but ultimately you have to put it into your work routine, right?
Yeah.
What's the first... Because honestly, again, you don't want to take something unknown to you into your first... use of it into an actual event. So what do you do to prepare yourself when you buy the 70 to 24 to 70 for Nikon when you first bought that? Before you took it to a bar mitzvah with you, what did you do to prepare?
I would say I do a lot of practice actually in my office. I always talk about this on my channel, but I just make sure that it focuses, that it's sharp. Most of them are all sharp, like we said. Mm-hmm. And then I do my own general photography with the lens before a job. So going out and doing street or photographing the kids with the lens and then just bringing it back to the computer. And just like we said, everything is so good. And since we shoot raw, if anything has a weird color cast or something, you can fix. But the lenses that are out now, like the lenses that you have too, you have this lens. The lens that keeps surprising me is the 28 to 75. And you even said it too. You had to check to make sure that it was that lens, right?
Right.
I do that all the time with that lens.
Right. So this weekend, actually during the week, it was my first paid shoot in God knows how long. So I took my 28 to 75 version 2. I took the Sony 70 to 200 f4, my money lens, the 85 Sony 1.8, as well as like the 20 and the 35.
That's a lot of lenses.
I did. And you know what? I actually ended up incorporating all of them, even if it was for 3 shots here and stuff like that. But this lens here, the new Tamron 70, 25, oh my goodness. The new
28
Tamron
to 75?
28 to 75.
Yeah.
I have not had a chance to use it other than on PJ because I haven't been feeling well. The weather sucks. I'm just lazy. And when I was in front of my computer looking at the images, I did not even think that I was looking at a Tamron lens. I thought I was looking at one of my Sony lenses that I call my money lenses.
Yeah.
The images that came out of that lens were breathtaking. The bokeh, the fall off. I was like, wow, I am truly... the first version was great.
Yeah, that's what I have. I use that for all my event work.
But the first lens never made me think this is a special lens. I've always thought it was a really good lens. When I saw the pictures on the new version, I thought, wow, this is a special lens. And if you don't have either one of these versions, you need to pick it up for your kit if you have a Sony.
Wow, are we selling them or something?
Yes.
But I will also say that I go on like a dummy. I go on Facebook groups sometimes and I'm watching people's questions that are like, guys, which should I buy? I want the 24 to 70 Sony or the Tamron. And the best comment is the one that's like, listen, composition, lighting, and subject. Like, make good photographs.
Right.
It doesn't matter what lens you have. You know, you could do it with almost any lens. A 24-70 is just a great workhorse for photojournalism, wedding, you know, travel. You just have like that one lens that gives you variety.
Right.
Think more about the pictures you're going to make. And that's why I kind of was asking you that question about YouTube channels. What's the future? Really, what I'm thinking is the things that keep getting views are these lens sort of reviews and gear reviews, and the videos that don't get any views are the ones that actually help people.
The one about the art,
composition,
the gear, all the time. The art, I'll get to it. I'll watch it when I can. You know?
And it's sad that the algorithm works that way, and then people like Ted Forbes, the art of photography, poor guy, he must always see the same comment all the time. I used to love this channel when it really was about art of photography. You know, he gets that comment all the time, and it's like the guy has to make a living.
Right.
And he has to talk about gear. You know?
Right. I mean, sometimes he ventures off, like he makes phone videos too every once in a while. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
He did one on the iPhone. But yeah, go ahead, sorry.
No, I don't know if you want to bring it up, but you've been talking about, too, how photography becomes a drag to talk about on the channel and stuff, and you've thought about talking about other things, you know?
Right. On my channel, people wonder, like, why I hiatus for so long when I do. It's because I will never make a video to make a video. I have the luxury of having a 9-to-5 job where I don't depend on this for any income.
Yeah, it's
obviously.
a hobby. It's fun. Yeah,
it's
like
for when I want to do it for fun.
Yeah.
So why would I force something out for something that I consider fun? So sometimes cameras are boring. Like I love photography. I love getting out there and shooting, but sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't care about my A7 IV. Sometimes I don't want to talk about my SS10. Sometimes, you know what? I'd rather talk about my phone. I'd rather talk about the Yankees. I'd rather do something else.
Yeah.
And those are the days that I go do those things instead of trying to force myself into this room to make a video.
Oh, that's well said. Well said. And we all have different stages where, like, you're excited about, you know, a gear or an old camera. And then there's other days where you're just more excited about being out in the morning and seeing the light and just shooting black and white. Like, if those videos got views, hey,
you put that there.
I shot in the morning and I shot in black and white. That's the title. A million views.
A million views.
Right.
Tell us how you did it, Omar. People don't care. People care, but we're in a society where we're being brainwashed to get quick fixes on everything, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the whole thing. Like, what gas can this YouTube provider give me? Can he convince me to buy this brand new lens? And how many times I know many people, including myself, who will watch 18 videos about one lens in a row.
Yeah.
And I've already made up my mind about the lens, so why
even
am I
after
watching?
you buy it, you know,
Right.
even after you buy a lens, sometimes
I need
you're
someone
like,
to justify.
That's right. I just bought this camera. Let me watch some reviews.
Instead of going out there and making your own reviews, because, well, not making your own, but putting
I
it
know
to the
what you're
test
saying.
yourself, you know?
Yeah.
You rather have someone tell you, you did a good job buying that, Billy. Good job in buying that.
That would be a service, right? People pay you to, like, insert name, you know, and be like, yes, Moe, you did a great job buying your Sony A7 IV. It's a great camera, Moe.
They have that. It's called Cameo. Are you on Cameo?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Are you on Cameo?
They asked me to no, they didn't ask me to be on Cameo. I saw Tony Hawk.
Robert Downey Jr.? Oh, Robert.
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk. He has the same birthday as I do. He's awesome. 5/12.
Cool. Coming up.
Hey, speaking of birthdays.
Wait. Let me finish one thought. I want to go back to what you said, something that was great, which was how people don't care. And I feel like that's like happening on Instagram, how Instagram, like, photos are just lost now. Like, lost. It's
completely
become
lost.
Instagram, TikTok. Everything's a video and then an ad.
Exactly.
And then one photo, and you're kind of like, you know.
Think about that. I agree with you so badly, because Instagram at one point was a poor man's, but a good poor man's version of my favorite, right? The 500 pics. And I think that as it became readily available to the younger generation, we're going through this new transformation
Yeah.
where they don't want to look at pretty photos. They don't want to look at photos that make them think about a riot or something like that. They want to watch someone get embarrassed. They want to watch someone get hit. They want to watch someone make them laugh.
Yeah.
You know what? It's just so weird. Like, I'm glad I didn't grow up in that generation. I'm glad I've had my version of getting to where we are today, because I have all that to look back on. Because what kids consider cool, great, and awesome today, I don't want to make them. I don't want to pick on children, but I really question it. You know,
I know. It's
like, get off my grass. You know, I'm just an old man.
No,
now.
I totally agree. And it's funny when we look back at where social media used to be. Remember what Facebook at the beginning was? You would just Facebook kind of was like Twitter in the beginning.
Right.
You would post what you're doing or where you are.
Right.
Hey, let's check in. Like, do you think about that now? You know, it's kind of strange. Yeah.
The little pokies.
Yeah, you would poke someone, and
Right.
and then so I feel like it's and I did a video about this recently. Like, should I be on TikTok? Am I missing out? And I feel like I put limits on my phone recently, and my life has been better. Like, I'm not posting on Instagram much anymore. I find it to be kind of a drag. I will for my clients, so they can see like the latest mitzvah. For my followers, I usually put what camera I used. But here's the reality. If I put a picture up of a Fujifilm camera, it gets almost 1,000 likes.
Right.
If I put a picture up of a mitzvah kid that's lit well, it gets 100 or less. You know, that's the reality. Is no one, you're right, no one really cares about your photography. So they care about gear, and they care about TNA, baby. Oh!
So I recently did a video mix on my photography channel. And I accidentally put it on my photography channel page on Instagram. And it was a video about someone questioning how women are treated and judged by what they do, this, that, and the other. And it kind of reflected on my beard. Like, people always pick on my beard, like, why do you grow a beard, that kind of stuff. And all I'm doing in the video is nodding and agreeing, right? And that damn thing has over 10,000 views and like 400 likes. It's just insane. Every morning I wake up and my feed is with more likes on it. It's just insane that I did something by mistake, right?
And it went semi-viral.
And it's all over the place. And it's not even my video. It's just me next to the video nodding and agreeing.
Oh, wow.
You know? And I don't like taking credit for other people's stuff. But that's what this generation is nowadays,
You're right.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's taking a popular song and just doing, like, you know, maybe holding your puppy. Like,
Exactly.
maybe bouncing your puppy on the lap, and you get a gazillion views.
Get someone makes something funny that's famous, and you do the same thing, and you lip sync it, and now you're famous.
However, I will say that the New York Times recently came out with an article, and this, of course, is already known, that teenage girls now and teenagers, there's like high rate of suicide, depression. It's like worse now because everyone's happy on the social media, but everyone's miserable in real life.
Right.
You know,
because they have to live up to whatever fake realities that are out there.
I know. And so if you're listening out there and you kind of feel what we're talking about, what I did recently was I put a limit on my phone. I only get 5 minutes of Twitter. I get 5 minutes of YouTube, but I cheat on YouTube because I go on my computer for YouTube. But Twitter, I only get 5 minutes to check it real quick, and then Instagram, I put 10 minutes, and that's it. Once the phone says your time is up, it shuts off those apps. And
now,
you can override it, but I found that I'm like, oh no, that's it.
Now, is that an app that tells you this, or is this the actual?
No, it's a setting. It's called screen time. You can set limits on your iPhone.
I got you.
Yeah, and check your screen time, people. At a recent mitzvah, I had as a joke, I told a couple of kids, I'm like, how much screen time you guys have? It was a Saturday. One girl had 8 hours. The other one had 7.5 hours. One girl had 10 hours. I mean, these kids are on the phone all the time. So I don't feel so bad about my 2 hours every day.
You're not a phone whore like.
What's your screen time right now?
I don't know. It's probably going to be horrendous, and you're going to embarrass me in public here.
All right. Well, let's do our screen time right now. So if I go to my iPhone, it's that you have 2 phones, so we have to divide. We have to multiply by 2.
So what is it under what?
If you go to settings under notifications.
Oh, screen time right there.
Screen time.
My daily average is ridiculous. I'm not even going to show it to you.
Come on now. Mine says 3 hours 41 minutes. You see what I'm saying? Okay, look at that. 3 hours 41 minutes.
I average 7 hours and 5 minutes. What's wrong with me?
That's pretty bad. And do you drive with your maps open?
Yes.
Okay, that's part of it, though. So let's check that. Go to see all activity, and it tells you which apps you use the most. So for me, 26 minutes on YouTube. So I think I broke the rule there.
This is my other phone.
Come on, man. That's half the day. So why don't we work on that? Try to cut that down.
Well, but to be honest with you, I do watch a lot of my Disney movies, Disney shows on here.
Well, that's why I said check what is causing all the problems. How much social media do you have? It says see all activities. Social for me, 2 hours and 16 minutes.
Well, I know where all my stuff is coming from. When I'm working, I let YouTube play in the background.
Oh, boy.
And I sleep with headphones on. That plays YouTube all night long.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, so I have to have some kind of noise in my ear when I'm sleeping. So I let some people I download videos that people talking for 4 hours or something like that, you know?
All right. How can my messages be 2 hours and 9 minutes? Like, what is messages doing?
I don't know. It must be doing something behind the scenes because you don't even reply when people text you.
Exactly.
Kidding.
So
Okay.
That's 2 hours in messages. That means I only had 57 minutes of screen time today.
That was very good. Look at you. You're a bag of sexy.
And listen, I have felt better. I felt more productive. It's the same thing that when you read those articles, like, stop your social media. It's totally true. I want to cook more. I sit out. Instead of being on the phone, I just sit out and take a walk. It's great. You should totally do it.
Yeah, I've been taking walks all the time now.
No. Cut your screen time.
I don't know what that screen time is for. There's no way I could think about that. Both phones, that'd be 12 hours.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
That's impossible. I'm not
I
awake
am
for 12
by
hours.
mine. You're like, I'm not showing you mine. That's so funny.
That was bad. I'm like, 7 hours? That's a lie. But I think it has a lot to do with the YouTube playing in the background.
I think it's Facebook watching you in the background.
Those bastards.
And Amazon. All right, I think this is good. Let's put this up. No editing at all. I hope you guys enjoyed that because we're not doing this again for a year.
Yeah, probably. We'll see you in 2023.
No, in the comments, tell us how much you love us and when you want to hear the next show, and maybe we'll record it.
Yeah, what Omar said. You decide.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Be good.
All right. Peace.